Hello, welcome to the land of Kakiak. My name is Laurel. It's Monday. The boys are all out of the house. Their dad has taken them to Trail Life. I shot for you this morning a quick room tour. So I am just going to edit my video and upload it. While that's happening, I'm gonna go for a walk. This is like the one day of the week I could have an evening to myself, and I just want to go on a walk in peace. Can anybody else relate? So enjoy the room tour. All right, I'm just heading to the schoolroom, but I was going to show you all this curriculum that I cleared out of the schoolroom this weekend. The co-op we are joining this fall sent out a used curriculum sale invite, and so I reserved a table, and I just forced myself to go through a whole bunch of stuff, get rid of it. And it's like some stuff we have used, some stuff we never used. One thing that I'm gonna let go are flashcards I have bought. So I had this printable set. This is a really pretty set, but I'm like, what's really the point? Everyone knows their alphabet now. And stuff I've bought, some things I bought multiple kind of versions of, different flashcards. So I got rid of some of that stuff. And I'm just getting rid of some of my own products. I bought these. This is for my copybook series. But I bought them. Oops, I got the author copy. I just really wanted to see what it physically looks like and everything before I put it on the market. But I love it. But Bo's not going to use this. He's past this level now. So yeah, I'm gonna take it in there and see if anybody wants it. I have all of them actually, except for the very last one. Yeah, so I'm letting go a lot of stuff that was mine, things I've printed that are still good. But anyways, don't be afraid to clean out your homeschool. It felt a lot better once I did. Okay, so this is the actual schoolroom. This is just how it looked this morning when I got up. I didn't clean it up or anything for you guys. Oh, weird. When I look at it's not flashing in person. I wonder what a TV looks like that through my camera. Weird. My husband just bought this TV, and it's way too big for in here. I said the only way I would allow there to be a TV in here, because there actually is still one behind the chalkboard that we could take the chalkboard down, was if I could, oh look, it's just the angle, is if I could have that loadable art on it. So every morning, we pick an image. We might change it throughout the day once or twice, but you can play background music with it. Usually I don't. I just put it up here so we can have a beautiful piece of art to look at. Just the cord just sticking out like that. He's gonna build me one of those frames to put on it and put that wire into the wall. So this is where we sit, I sit here a lot to read aloud and do stuff like that. And there's what I call my little morning basket. It's just all the books I want to read at some point. The things we start with first are always Bible. So I've got the big boys, their Bibles over here, and we are following the Bible recap right now. So we just do our reading together, and then we just, go over the little questions that are in here. And then we do history. So I've just been reading a lesson. This goes by really fast since I do it almost every day. I'm just reading aloud to them the lesson. I've talked about that recently. That goes with the good and the beautiful. And then I do the reading that goes along with it. These are the timeline stickers that come with the good and the beautiful history that you can stick on the timeline, just on our wall. And then I also have this book, which sometimes I read instead of reading the history unit book. I've been reading the 10 boys who changed the world, 10 boys who made a difference, right? Anyway, so those are there, and I just get started every day with those. Right now the kids are brushing their teeth, so they're gonna be in here any minute, so I'm gonna try to make my tour fast. Okay, so then over here, right, chalkboard area. Yeah, we're always scribbling things on there, doing just little things here and there. Here's my desk. These little boxes, this one is William's, and it's got all of his spelling words, flashcards in it for his spelling program. And this box, it came with all these little dividers and stuff, which was nice. And it came with extra cards too. I just stuck them in the back. That one's Will's. He's in 3rd grade. This is Bo's. So these are phonics flashcards that come with the copybooks he uses. These are the ones I believe he's already done. And then these are all his McGuffey words for his readers for each lesson. I just write the lesson number, and you see how I just do them horizontal and vertical in there to make them all fit. These are the ones he's already completed. And so this is our review. I just put an index card divider, and this is just our review pile back there. So I just sit over here, and actually I'm gonna show you something that's like actually really helped me in life is this chair. So I went to a chiropractor a few years ago who completely destroyed my back. Yeah, like just horrendous. And I can no longer sit in regular chairs. Like, I mean, I can barely make it through dinner, like a meal, like sitting. Drives kill my back. Now it's all on my lower back. And my husband bought me this chair, and this chair has helped me so much because, I sit at my desk, right? I work on stuff all the time, and I work with the kids, but this, I'll link this for you because this has been like a life improvement that I highly recommend if you have lower back pain to give it a try. And I still have my old office chair that was in here, but I just like scoot it. I keep it in here though because I scoot it over I usually sit. I'll go back and forth sitting right here between this is Bo's spot and this is Will's spot. So, whatever I'm checking in with them or working on stuff, I just scoot in, but I'm not sitting there like a super long time. So there's Everett's spot over there. There, I got one of those Bluetooth speakers over there because sometimes, I play things on my computer and the things that we're listening to, and my computer is just really old and the speakers are like blown out. It never had the loudest sound, but okay, over here, so things that we just keep on the desk, you may have seen these in previous videos, is I still use their book holders. Like these are Bo's, these are his, this is to go along with his lesson that he's currently on in his McGuffey reader. This is the primer. This is one of the puzzles. They have like a picture on one side and the words on the other. But we just keep that for it's like a good warm up. And like the stickers he's using right now. There's those little short rulers. I talked about those before and how those have helped out a lot. They were a lot easier for especially for Bo, he just turned 6, but to, use rather than the full one. So this is something new. So I just bought this. It's unfinished. I need to finish it. A table off of Amazon, and I scooted the table, away from the wall because we were just getting, the table was just, I feel like it's already still pretty full, once they get their books on there, their notebooks and stuff. So I had them do this so down here in this basket, this is actually all the lab supplies from when Everett did general science, the Apologia General Science. This little thing, this is mostly Everett stuff too, but I've got our quill pens, some rulers, just some random supplies in there. Everett's mostly the one that gets into that. That's why it's closer to him. Magnetic letters and stamps. I use these with Bo. And then this is Bo's little basket. So I just do have some markers over here for him to get into his copybook and all the books that he is currently using with that copybook. This is Will's little basket. It's kind of full of what do we have in here. So sometimes, we don't use this every day, but we play our grammar games. And then I got him just a few things to a learn to draw animals, and my first outer space book, which is basically coloring books that he can do when he's bored, if he's waiting for me. I've got a spelling word hangman in case we set up for him in case we want to play that. Okay, so right now I actually went back to the Easy Peasy the First Reader to have him read one of the stories that's on the RC book list. That's in here. Then here's his unofficial RC notebook he's currently working in. So those are just right there. He's got a glue stick, a paperweight. These are his affix flashcards that I'm just making for him as we go through the McGuffey reader. When I am done going through this, he's on the 3rd reader, I'll probably type these up and put them in the shop. But you can totally make those on your own, but I'll probably, once I do that, I'll just make a pre-made set. I have a set of his spelling rules, flashcards. He uses these, at least once a week. He goes through all of them. And I just actually added today, I added another spelling rule to the spelling flashcards and to all of the McGuffey spelling, workbooks. So I added on the CH or TCH rule, like how you know which one to use. I was like, I can't believe I didn't have that one in there. And then these are his spelling flashcards that he's currently on. He's in level 3, lesson 5. This way, we just got his McGuffey reader, his gentle grammar, his math, his McGuffey spelling book, the workbook he's on, and then this is his dictionary. And I just have a couple extra things we don't use all the time, but I'm thinking about over the summer, we are going to be hopefully taking a family trip back to Oregon, and I probably want to take just a couple things with us. I'll probably just take like an easy peasy reader to read through, and then I was thinking about using my shortcut to Denilian with him over the summer to practice his, cursive. And then, I've just got the next 2 levels of gentle grammar just ready. So whenever we're done with the level 2, I can put it back on my shelf where I keep all my grammar stuff and then just move on. Okay, so then I've got, I like to use these. I got these from the Dollar Tree a long time ago, but these little vases. So Bo, he's usually got colored pencils, or I had these already and I just found them again. They're like twistable, Crayola twistable pencils, colored pencils. Okay, like you twist it and see the end comes out right there. And then you can close it back, which is kind of nice because it helps it not to like break so much. And then, we use highlighters a lot too. So I have it set there, and this is kind of like my correcting pen or my notes pen. I just gotta keep it here handy to everybody. Okay, but this is a vase I got at Hobby Lobby actually. And I got this cute little, I wanted a small tape dispenser so it just didn't take up so much room. And this, I don't know if you can see, I know I talked about this before. I was like, I use these base gems, had like blue and red ones, with Bo when we were learning the numbers and the one-to-one, association. And we use them a ton for those early number sense arithmetic lessons, like preschool, the beginning of kindergarten. But I put them in the bottom of the vase, and then I had all of these colored pencils, and so it makes it really nice to just stick them, just nuzzle them into those gems. It keeps things in place. You see I stick all kinds of stuff in here. The kids really love this pen that looks like a gun that we got from going to a state park, to Kings Mountain. Okay, so anyways, I just thought I would show you that, and I think it looks cute. This is Everett's spot, so it's closest to his desk, his basket. So he's just going through Beyond Blend Phonics right now. This is his next book that he is reading. He's going back to it. He did this much. We took a break and did some other stuff. It's Our Island Story. We really liked this book, actually. He's got his McGuffey's 4th Eclectic Reader that he's reading. He's not finishing up his level 5 RC notebook. He also has the McGuffey 4th Revised Reader, Reading and Writing Companion Notebook. He really likes this. This is what I was telling you about. He actually prefers, I've been having him do writing and rhetoric, but I had him test out this for me. He actually likes doing this better. So I think this is something we're going to take with us on vacation. We'll take his reader and this, and I'll just have him be doing his, reading from his reader and doing his writing assignments while we're gone. And then maybe like another reading book. This is something I'm thinking about using for 8th grade. I just stuck it in here the other day because I was like, I'm thinking about it. I didn't want to forget about it on the shelf, so I stuck it back in there. And then I bought this too, the Perfect English Grammar Workbook. Again, I stuck it in there because I didn't want to forget. How to write a book report, book review, or literary analysis. Of course, he has his own spelling word hangman too. But we would mostly use that with his vocabulary words. And what's he using here? Oh, he's a glue stick. He's got the thesaurus. He's got the big dictionary, his etymology dictionary. And there's also this book, the vocabulary builder workbook. Again, I don't know if I'm going to use all that, but it was stuff I've been thinking about and how I'm going to use that with my RC vocabulary, because I wanted to switch into being for next year more RC pure. So some things he's actually using, some things are just more like things I'm thinking about that I need to do when I sit down to do my plan for the next notebook, but I'm not quite there yet. He actually recently finished his math book, and I haven't started his next one yet. I had him go on the computer and do an IXL math, like evaluation. I actually haven't had a chance to go back and look at it yet. I just want to see how he's doing, if there's like any holes or whatever in there. And because I'm thinking about having him, if he has any kind of missing skills, just having him spend some time doing that for a while before I move him on to the next level of Right Start. So that's why there's not a math book in there like right now this second. And then of course I just rearranged some of my shelves. Okay, so we've got like RC books up here and here, and this is just an extra. It's a cool kind of like historical topic book set my brother found at a garage sale and gave to me, which I love it. I need to show you that set sometime. It was neat. It was unique. And okay, over here, this is our like science shelf, science books. Drop down here. Okay, so we've got my McGuffey readers. So I've got my original set. These are the revised. I mean, I have all of the revised. They're just, you know, kids are using them and I'm looking at them and stuff. Easy peasy readers. These are like notebooks I've already printed out. I've got an everything notebook, level 1. I've got an RC, the unofficial RC notebook, level 1, 2, 4. That's because William's using number 3. 6. I guess never printed out a 5. And then I've got my McGuffey primer notebook. And at some point I printed out my McGuffey's 5th reader revised edition notebook, or it's part of it. And my little APA MLA, you know, writing guidelines. Okay, so just like notebooks that I know we're going to use, I'm just keeping there. These are mostly like read alouds that I do with the kids, like especially with Bo and William, things that I go through with the copybooks and, you know, and beyond. I'd never read Brambley Hedge and I just completely fell in love with it. Love it, love it. I got these. I'm going to link these two for you because this was a fun find. I got one for Winnie the Pooh when we were doing the Winnie the Pooh. We did that one. You know, that was our last read aloud for Bo's kindergarten read me a story page. And I got him this busy book. I'll show it to you. And I just got him one for Peter Rabbit too, or I guess Beatrix Potter. So it has kind of little scenes from different stories from Winnie the Pooh. And it's like a board book. But then it has like this map, you can pull it out, and some little figurines to play with too. So you can give them those like while you're reading the story, and they can be like acting out what they hear and stuff as you read it, and it's super cute. And it also gives them something to, you can set it up like a scene and they can try to draw it in their notebooks too. Here's some Peter Rabbit ones. I bought 2 sets. These were like kind of like from the movie, the more recent movie. There were some figurines I found which were not my favorite. Looks like that. And I stuck, there's the map of the area, and I combined some of the figurines from the other set that were not included. But yeah, I like the look of these characters more because they look more like the actual book. See here, okay, so this shelf there's all my writing and rhetoric books. There's all my spelling workbooks. I try to group things like with like, you know, so like writing and spelling and grammar and things. So I've just got all that kind of stuff grouped there. Math shelf, everything on there is to do with math. This is their free read shelf, or we actually Williams used the Magic Treehouse sets and the Secret of the Hidden Scrolls set right there. And also the Tom Swift books. We've used those for science and like social studies. This is Bo's. This is what we have actually started using this for his independent reading. So he does his, you know, guided reading with me with the McGuffies, but I am giving him independent reading time, and he gets these books now. Sometimes he's just looking at the pictures, but I'm like, whatever. I try to give him them in kind of like in order. But he likes to sometimes just go through them and look at them all. Like, he's mostly looking just at the pictures, but it's okay. They're really cute pictures. I like the art on them. It's very sweet. I'll link, I just did a video not that long ago about all the, like, not all of them, but I did a bunch of the sets, like book sets we have, and these are in there. And I was going to show you, so I kind of reorganized. This is kind of like my reference book section. A lot of these are reference books. The stuff are from The Good and the Beautiful. I've got like stuff back there that are games for history. Of course, I have my encyclopedia set, which we actually use quite a bit. And up here are history books. I was going to show you down here is I bought a used set of all of the Robinson curriculum vocabulary flashcards, and this is just how I organize them, because they come in these boxes, which are nice sturdy boxes anyways. And I just made sure, you have to go through, you have to check, like it'll start with flashcards for book 4 through 42, but it won't have all the 42 cards. Like whenever they fill these up, they probably just put however many per, they're not lining it up that you have the whole book in there, so you have to grab from this one all the 42s that are at the beginning and stick them in the back. So I just put them in order and telling myself what book the vocabulary cards are for. It'll help me find them. William made an airplane out of popsicle sticks. And this is where I keep the primer puzzles for Bo. And then I have some vocabulary stuff over here. Of course, it's all vocabulary things. So I should talk about different strategies for vocabulary. I should do a video on that where I break down some stuff. I feel like for us, it's dependent on like when did we start. Like some kids I've had them, I've been homeschooling them the whole time, and other ones I brought home, in like later elementary. And so we did different things to catch up, the kids that had been in, the son that had been in public school. Whereas I feel like his younger brothers have just received so much more education being at home. And so I had to use kind of different strategies for those different scenarios, And in this book, this is like proof that I am a nerd among nerds. So when I was in high school, this book, the library was getting rid of it, and I brought it home. Like they were gonna like throw them away. I remember one day I went in there, there's all these books out. I was like, "What's this?" No, these are books we're purging. And I was like, "What? You're purging this word power made easy book?" It's all about vocabulary. Yeah, I don't know. It says it's copyrighted. It doesn't give the copyright date, but it says the date reprinted from certain parts of it from these previous years. So it was probably, 1949 or 1950s, I guess. Okay. Anyways, this is a 3-week vocabulary course. This should be done in 3 weeks. I would say it's more for, high school to adults. But I've had this since high school. I've never gotten rid of it. No matter how many times I've moved, I've brought this book with me. So I'll see if I can find it online if you want to look at it. But it has little tests in it so you can see if you're improving. Like you have a test that you take at the beginning to see how well you score, and then at the end you can see how many more words you have learned. And then these are more kind of history related books. Of course, these are my G.A. Henty collection. I bought the whole collection from our Robinson curriculum books, or is it just called Robinson books? I don't know. I'll link it for you though. And I bought this handbook this will help you know if you're looking for a certain book, like on a certain time frame or region or something. This will tell you which one to get. And then she's one of the Ambleside online ladies, is rewriting This Country of Ours by, her name is Donna Jean Breckenridge. And this is the original author is the same one that wrote Our Island Story, which Everett is reading right now. And this one's about the history of the United States, and she's put out volumes 1 and 2, and I think there's going to be 2 more. I'm just like waiting for them to come out. I like that she's just put she's updated certain things in there that needed to be updated, so I thought that was good. And I actually found her like on Instagram one time and like messaged her and asked her, if there was any ETA on the next volume or whatever, and she never responded to me. So I don't know if she really responds to people or checks anything. But anyways, yeah, I like those. And then these are a bunch of New West Press books that I just recently got. The Oregon Trail, Uncle Tom's Cabin, The Story of the Greeks, The Story of the Romans, To Cuba and Back, A History of Germany, A Sketch of European History. Just things that I thought would all be interesting. And my sons all have a curiosity about Germany. And the other ones, like, I was like, Cuba, so close to us, we should know about them. I kind of would like a Canadian one. I don't know. I should go back and check and see if there is one, and a Mexico one. And then I've got my favorite. I did a video on these books. I'll link it for you. I love this set of literature. And then these are just something I bought on a whim one time. And they're all these little great epics in American history. And they're kind of tiny. Like, did you ever like buy something on eBay and you're like, wow, that's smaller than I thought it was going to be? I mean, it's really small. It's like smaller than my hand. But the planting of the first colonies. Just another place to look up time frames. And it was still in pretty good condition. I want to say I got this for like 70 or 80 bucks or something, I think. So this is actually a good one. I should have this out because we're talking about Jamestown and the colonies right now in our The Good and the Beautiful history. Down here is actually where I keep all of our I keep like one notebook a year as a sample work for the kids. And the other notebooks I give them and put them in their room so they can look through them all the time. And they do, actually. And down here, I think, is just more supplies. Down here is where all our math manipulatives are for our Right Start math. It's a mess in there. And like where I keep puzzles and stuff. Do I have anything else in there? Oh, just like extra supplies. It's a mess. And then down here is like art supplies. Just more like art, like just stuff that we don't use all the time. And of course, I got my little printing station. There's our timeline from The Good and the Beautiful. This is where I like to keep pictures of things that are related to what we're studying in history, which, I mean, these are early American like scenes, but I should look for ones about the colonies. So anyways, that is the schoolroom in its current iteration. I wish that wasn't blinking like that at us. How rude. I definitely am not a minimalist homeschooler. But I did want, I tried to make, like, they each just have their own basket. I feel like that's pretty simple, like their day-to-day stuff. But I definitely wanted my own home library, which I am building. I just feel like at this point I can just shop my own house. You know what I mean? Like, I never feel like I'm looking for anything. I feel like I have everything. I'm like, okay, I need a reference on a picture on this or that. Like with what I have, I feel like I could get by without even using the internet most days. And of course, this is what the boys like to snuggle up and read, especially the little boys. And the cat. The cat likes to get up there too. Okay, I hope that's helpful. Maybe it gave you some good ideas. And I'll be back soon. And we'll talk about more homeschool stuff. Okay, bye.